Hello and welcome to Greenshoots, a show where we catch up with startup founders to understand the journey of their companies from the germination of the idea to expansion and to the future growth that they have planned for their startups. Today on this show, we have with us Dhananjaya Gupta, the founder of Safe Locket. Safe Locket is a wearable GPS tracker device that is solely built for personal safety. Dhananjay, thank you so much for joining us on Green
Thank you.
Shoots.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Dhananjay, could you tell us, we understand what Safe Locket proposes to do, keep you safe. It's a wearable device that can, help identify you if you're lost or you can call for help. But what really led you to come up with this idea of Safe Locket?
So, actually, this is a very important device which is coming up now. As we all know, we are all connected with phones, with all of the things available in the market. But there is nothing which is like a trigger shot as soon as you feel unsafe and you want to just get some help or get somebody to know that you are in a difficult situation. There is
Hmm.
nothing like that. Like, we live in a day and age where if you call your loved ones on your phone, probably they won't even pick up in the first two, three times.
Hmm.
So, how can you feel safe when some situation comes up and you really,
Hmm.
really need the help? So, Safe
Hmm.
Locket, came up in my mind in around
Hmm.
2019 when there was this Hyderabad gang rape happened, which was
Hmm.
very unfortunate.
Hmm.
But, this incident made me thinking, it
Hmm.
got me into a very deep state of thought that what do you do in such a situation? Like,
Hmm.
for instance, if you fall into such a place where there's nobody around to help, you're in a place where you don't even know the surroundings.
Hmm.
It's an alien place for you.
Hmm.
Like, even if you do call somebody, where will you
Where
call
would
them
you
to?
ask them to come?
Exactly, because it's absolutely alien to you. And then again, for instance, just I started putting myself into such situations, like, in my head, like if I'm there and there are at least a bunch of people coming on to me and they're trying to assault me, how will I even go into my pocket to take out my phone or go into my purse to take out my phone or anything of that sort? We need a trigger alarm, and that alarm should be at an instant of touch. So Safe Locket came into existence that it's just a locket, you wear it on your neck, and as
Hmm.
soon as you feel threatened, you just press it like once, you just
Hmm.
hold it, whatever pattern you want to set it to, you just set it like that, and instantly you'll receive help. Your loved ones will know where you are with your location, with a voice note of whatever is happening right there and then. So you can rest be assured that whatever is happening there, your loved ones know about it. All you
Okay.
have to do is be safe for like be protected for 5 to 10 minutes. That's it.
Okay. So, we're living in an age where nearly everybody has a mobile phone. And,
Yeah,
many people also, have a smartwatch and things like that. So we already have these connected devices. Now, why should somebody consider Safe Locket? Is it the price point? Is it something that is affordable for many people? Is it something, I'm trying to understand the unique USP. Does it work
exactly.
in any condition? Does it require a Wi-Fi? Is there a maintenance amount one has to pay every month for this? Is there a subscription? So, what will make it really popular and something that everybody wants to have?
So these are all really good questions, and this is something which was my first thought when I was coming up with this device. As I said earlier, that we already have phones, we already have these connected devices. But again, in a situation where you really need it, like for instance, this device also has a fall detect, which means that if you do fall, if you're an old person who fell in the washroom or you just fell, your loved ones would know that you got to check on them, they probably fell. Your smartphone won't do that. Secondly, like for instance, as I said, that a trigger alarm, if you are in a situation where you really need help and there are a couple of people around you who will not let you ask for help, you can't actually access your phones or smartwatches that moment because everybody knows about it. This device is so discreet that the other person won't really know that this is a device. It will just come across as a fashion accessory. And once they just press it, it's going to work wonders and it's going to work its own charm and it's going to keep you safe.
All right. What is the technology basis for this? It You require a SIM for this, and if I have a SIM, I have to pay a monthly rental. So, is
True,
that how
true.
it works?
So this is also a very like major topic. Our whole company and our R&D was in discussion with this. It requires a SIM because we don't want to rely all the other devices, all the safety devices in the world rely on some sort of compatibility, either Wi-Fi, they need some other phone to function or something or the other. But that's not how safety should work because if somebody has to get into an unfortunate situation, they can't always have internet or Wi-Fi or something around. So this device comes with a pre-installed SIM card which has internet enabled, and it comes free of cost. People don't really have to pay for anything. Uh, at least for the first time, it's a yearly subscription of 100 rupees. From the second year, they'll have to pay 100 rupees for a year. That's it. Like no charges, nothing at all. They don't have to put SIM card. They just have to wear the locket and get their work going on.
And the maintenance is just 150 rupees a year.
Yeah, that too from the next year onwards, not even from the first year.
All right. So we want to understand: are you making this device yourself? Are you importing it? The idea sounds very good, but you're trying to understand the cost metrics and the profitability in this venture as well.
So we wanted this to be a completely Indian-made product, and I've been working on this from past 2 years. As I said, this idea came into existence in 2019. First, I got IIT Kharagpur students to make this project for me. Like we had a lot of groups working on it, IIT Kharagpur groups, and then when it because this is a very new age device, it doesn't exist in the market. Like nobody has actually made it yet. So we had to involve a little more higher skilled level people. So we had to involve engineers from ISRO who work for Indian Space Research Organization, and they all invested a lot of time and skill set into this to actually build this up. And till date, we are about to finish all our testings, and we are planning to launch it in February next year, Jan and Feb. But it's totally an Indian operation made by ISRO engineers, IIT engineers, a lot of it's a whole collaborative effort.
Okay, and
Also, we are
that's
partnering with Vodafone and to get this whole communication set up in our devices.
okay. Is it going to be one telecom service provider? Are there going to be multiple? Because our country is large, and
Yes,
some service providers may have footprint in one state, not in the other.
yes.
Is there any flexibility on that account?
So we are actually working with Vodafone, also very slightly with Airtel, but we are open to working with other, uh, you know, telecommunication partners. But the idea here is not just one communication partner and their footprint of, network. What we are doing here is, for instance, if I'm somebody's safe contact, in their locket, my number is not just going as a number in the device, it's also going a number in the SOS. Like, when your
Yeah, when
number
you
gets
don't have
added as an S,
connectivity and you can press an
yes,
SOS like that. Okay,
yes.
okay,
So my number will be used as an SOS, and we'll be using government telecommunication lines.
okay. All
We'll
right.
be using, yeah, their channels. So, that kind of a network is it's available everywhere in the country.
That's great. Now, you said that you involved researchers from IIT and ISRO scientists to, make this device. Now, where have you reached when it comes to the production of this device? What kind of capacity are you building, and what kind of demand are you foreseeing?
So for right now, we are testing out. We have a bunch of devices in the country, roaming around the entire country, in different places as the tests are going on to see that it's absolutely rock solid as a device, and it has no flaws whatsoever. So all the testings have been going on, and for the first few months, we are planning to roll out a couple of thousand devices, and but we have a target for at least 2 million devices in 1.5 to 2 years. Like our basic, this is just the beginning of the targets. Our basic target is to make a safer India. That's
Right.
our end goal here.
That's a very noble cause, and I'm sure that there exists a market demand because even when I go out, my husband says, "Take the pepper spray with you," or when your
Exactly.
kids go out, you feel worried because the safety records in the country aren't very good, and this helps. But what I'm trying to understand is, you're building in a particular demand. Have you also thought about how you're going to market this product and what are the competitors? I'm sure like if I go on Amazon, I will find some device like I have given my daughter a watch where I can track her and she can call me if required. So I'm trying to understand, have you assessed the market for competitors and what is your marketing plan?
Yes. So I come to the marketing plan in just 5 minutes. You made such a good point about, so our device, it targets kids,
Hmm.
elderly aged people, women. For kids, there's something called geofencing in our device, which essentially is, for instance, you live in certain place, like you live in a society, and you don't
Hmm.
want your kids to move out of the society without you knowing about it. So in your application of the Safe Locket, you can just mark out your own society, and as soon as the kid exits the society, you get a notification. Your
Hmm.
kid doesn't have to call you also, or you don't have to know what exactly is happening. You'd always know where your kid is and how, if they're safe or not, because you can also listen to what's happening right there, because there's a audio equipment also there.
Oh.
And coming to the requirements, like I have this little data from NCRB. 174 kids go missing every day in India,
Hmm.
and half of them are unreported. There are about 32,000 cases that are reported in 2018 of rape cases in India. So these numbers are not just random numbers, they're huge numbers. And these are real people who are facing these real issues.
Hmm.
Like imagine what would a parent be going through if their kid went missing.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's
No,
devastating.
I
It's
understand that, but there is no doubt that there is a demand for this kind of product because you know the crime situation in our country isn't good. There's definitely a demand for this product, but there are a few existing products that may be fulfilling this gap. So I'm trying
no.
to understand, how do you assess your competition and what is going to be your marketing so that you can hard sell your USP.
So we did a lot of research in finding the similar, some kind of a similar product, because when this idea came into existence, I first went to find out this product to buy it for
Hmm.
myself, rather make it.
Hmm.
But there wasn't any product like that. As I said earlier, all products that are safety related have some kind of flaw in them. Either they'll be used in some kind of a collaborative effort with Wi-Fi or your phones
Hmm.
or any of the other things.
Hmm.
Either they're not entirely a safety product. For instance, we all have phones right now.
Hmm.
Like there's a phone right here right now. If I
Hmm.
ask somebody to use the SOS button, they won't be able to do it, even if they've been using the phone from past 10 years, because
Yeah, they'll have to
nobody
look
uses
for
the,
it. They'll have to look at your laptop. You have to unlock your phone,
we
etc.
don't
There are
use
few
those
steps,
features.
and you won't even have the time in such a situation, right?
Never in such a situation. And we get panicked. So what happens is, for instance, like we both are, safe contacts of each other, and you
Hmm.
press the contact. So here, I won't just get a notification that you need my help. I'll
Hmm.
also get police station numbers, hospital numbers near you, not near me, near you.
Okay. So
So
that
I don't
service is
have,
coming along with this, that I can immediately
yes,
contact the police service, police
exactly,
station in the vicinity of my contact.
exactly. So the whole
So how
idea
are
of
you
Safe
getting
Locket
all of
is,
that? Yeah, I'm trying to understand the technology behind play. This isn't just a device with a GPS. It is giving you more
yes,
information as well. So
yes.
what kind of technology are you using here? And I'm trying to understand what will be the pricing point here. How expensive and affordable is it going to be? Then you can also then assess how much units I'm going to get out, right?
So this is a proprietary technology. Like I'm getting it developed by myself from
Hmm.
inside out. The PCB, like the smallest of the components inside the device is all like manufactured and made by us. We are
Hmm.
procuring like very little things which cannot be manufactured in India,
Hmm.
or it's just a piece like a charging pin, something like that. But
Hmm.
the whole technology is ours, and we've been filling the technology. We've been putting in data, all these numbers, all the police stations, everything. They're
Hmm.
all like an effort. after a lot of research,
Hmm.
and
No,
they're
it's
all
all
been
very
connected.
commendable. I'm still trying to understand what could be the price point and how
So
do
the
you
price,
intend to retail it?
so the price would be somewhere about 7,500. Like we're still working on it, but that's going to
Hmm.
be somewhere about the range.
Hmm.
And we want to keep the price at this point so that we can give our customers a full service rather than have a half-hearted service, like have subscription prices or any of those things. So here what we
Hmm.
do is, yeah, we simply just make this device, give it out to
Hmm.
people, and let the device do its wonders.
Hmm. Okay.
So yeah, coming back to it, we are pricing it somewhere about 7,500.
Hmm. And you said that you plan to launch it sometime in February next year.
Yes.
How are you going to retail it? What is going to be the initial production? What kind of demand are you anticipating?
We are anticipating a demand of somewhere about 10 to 15,000 device pieces in
Hmm.
the first round of the selling. We are already in
Hmm.
talks with a lot of influencers, a lot of celebrities to,
Hmm.
endorse it for us. We are already in
Hmm.
talks with a lot of marketing companies to get this out in the right way possible, because even though it's a very passionate project, even though it's, something for charity, we are very, very, precise about our whole marketing strategies in our launch, because after all, it's a business as well.
All right. What are the challenges you face? Now, getting the right product here, I'm sure, has been a challenge. What about the production, the finance? What are the challenges that you faced?
So the main challenge was to, make a device so small that it's discrete, which doesn't come across as a device. It just comes across as a very basic, fashionable locket that everybody can wear. And to put that kind of, intense technology, like that much technology into just one small device, that was the biggest challenge. And then, getting these people on board to actually start working with you, because all these engineers, all these scientists, they are like involved in very huge, very different kinds of projects.
Hmm.
And this was something very challenging for me also to get these kind of people on board to actually get this ball rolling.
Hmm. But is your manufacturing facility in place? How about the funding? Because you're going to have to spend on marketing as well. So,
Yes.
have you tied up those ends?
So I've been working too hard from many years, and I've been putting all my money into this. We the initial seed funding, it's done by me myself, and we are looking forward to procure some good funding later in the first stage, because we like me my personal way of working is not burn cash
Hmm.
like how other startups work, just burning cash and
Hmm.
showing numbers, big numbers. We tend to actually make we want to make profit. We will want to make profit in the actual manufacturing and technology sense, because we are
Hmm.
creating a application. We're creating an application and a device, and
Hmm.
that too both are proprietary, which doesn't exist. So
Okay.
this is something where we can actually earn money
Hmm.
in production itself as a
Okay.
technology company.
Okay. Sounds promising. Dhananjay, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay. So at a young age, you've started something which has a very noble purpose. Do you think you're a social startup, or are you there to make money and be profitable? How do you consider your venture, Safe Locket?
I think you cannot be a social startup
Hmm.
if you're not earning money. Like you can only help other people if you're already helping yourself. So
All
I'd
right.
want to start with, like, this company would make money from the teams, for the employees who've been working so hard on this, and it's going to be saving people who are buying the product. So I think it's a win-win for everybody.
Hmm. All right. Around what time do you think you look for some funding? And will this be required for expansion of your manufacturing facilities, for adding to your team, or for marketing? What kind of plans do you have funding wise?
Most definitely, we are looking for funding to expand this after the first round, because we want to, increase the production and to reach the target of 2 million customers in 2 years, we'd have to expand the marketing, we'd have to expand the production. So for that, we are definitely looking for funding, but we want our investors to actually see the real growth that is happening rather than just projected growths.
All right. We wish you all the very best, Dhananjay. This is a safe locket. Sounds like a very good idea. And I'm sure that the market demand is there. We wish you all the very best for doing this, bringing up a technology, manufacturing it in our country, and putting in all the efforts that you have. Thank you so much for joining
Thank you.
us.
Thank you for having me, and it was a pleasure. I hope to see you soon when the locker is out.
Yes, I'm going to definitely make inquiries. And Dhananjay, thank you so much for being with us. This wraps up another episode of Green Shoots. We will be back again with a chat with another founder. Stay tuned.